This is the biggest thing in India that is going on, medical tourism. People from America, from Europe come. Suddenly, Prime Minister Modi goes inside the ocean, he goes snorkeling, he comes out, he tweets, and suddenly the equation between two communities is disrupted. This is what Farooq. This is Ali Wahid saying it. Ali Wahid says that these people have started destroying their own past. You get an idea of a destruction of a civilization or a country. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Ladies and gentlemen, wonders of wonders. Zahid Ramiz. Do you remember Zahid Ramiz? The famous, now famous or infamous a Maldivian politician who had said about Indian rooms that you can never compete with us in infrastructure. He said that the Indian rooms smell, and that is going to be the biggest challenge because if you go to India, the rooms will obviously smell, right? That Ramiz is now on the back foot and he has wished a very happy birthday. You can see his tweet here. He's wished a very happy birthday to Dr. S. Jaishankar. This is the first sign of the Maldivians trying to make up as far as the politicians are concerned. Now they're trying to make up and they are caught in a serious soup. And I'll tell you what has happened. Muizzu, who's their president, has gone all the way to China to meet Xi Jinping. He's met a lot of people. He's met their premier, the vice premier, etc. The direct meeting one-on-one with Xi Jinping still eludes him, but I'll tell you why he has gone. First of all, he started building this case. He started building this case saying that, hey, listen, I think the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative is a fantastic initiative. I think it's going to be a game changer. I think what the Chinese are doing is absolutely awesome. The Chinese have given $50 million to build a tourism park in Maldives. Hey, great. And then he quietly lets slip why he's in China in the first place. And he says to the Chinese government, please send more Chinese tourists to Maldives. Because Indians have stopped going. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the Indians were the top tourists in 2023. Out of nearly 17 or 1.7 to 1.8 million tourists that visited Maldives, almost 200,000 plus were Indians, followed by the Russians, followed by the Chinese, and then followed by the rest of Europe. And you know what the Maldivians did? This is stupid. This is bad business. You do not upset your best client. You do not upset your largest client. I don't know what these guys were thinking, but they've upset everybody in India. And now, various Maldivian associations are requesting the Indians. They're saying that, hey, listen, our politicians messed up and please take a step back because this is getting too much. As far as the medical help is required, most of the Maldivians will come to India for advanced surgeries because they do not have the kind of medical infrastructure. So Malé is the capital. You have one big hospital in Malé which has all the specialization. And in these islands, the largely inhabited islands of Maldives, you have clinics or slightly bigger clinics or small little hospitals. But when you want to do something as complicated as a cardiac surgery or a neurosurgery or something to do with your kidneys or your liver, what is your first stop for help? It is India. And here is, something that this person from Maldives has said. And just because some of you rich, privileged people in charge can jet off to Singapore or whatever for medical issues, it doesn't mean we can too. So they are now cursing their own political leadership and saying that you guys are rich, insinuating that you have ill-gotten wealth. Because what is the salary of a Maldivian minister? Nothing. So he's saying all you rich and privileged people, you're abusing India. You can jet set off to Singapore anytime that you want here. You have a headache, let me go to London. Stomach ache, hey, let's go to Singapore because you can afford it. We can't. What about us? You have upset India and you have upset the apple cart. Now, another user called Inan. Inan, this is a lady, I'm guessing because the DP has a lady here, apologizing to all my Indian friends and anxious about our already booked family medical trip to India. Medical tourism, ladies and gentlemen. This is the biggest thing in India that is going on, medical tourism. It's huge, it's massive. People from America, from Europe come. And one country that loves to go to India, whether it's training of nurses or training of doctors, whether it's sending their patients for operations or even normal medical care are Maldivians, and they are the ones who are impacted most. Now, I want to ask a question, and I want you to answer this question in the comment section. This is a question for you, my viewers. Till very recently, Maldivians were loved and respected, and we offered them great hospitality. What do you think? What's your opinion? What do you think will happen if a Maldivian walks into one of India's big hospitals and says, hey, you know, I'm here from Maldives and I have this appointment with the doctor. How do you think that person is going to be treated? Now, your choices are, he's going to be treated like any other patient. Choice number 2, people are going to be upset because of what Maldivian ministers have said about India and the Prime Minister. Point number 3, it won't make any difference. So choose and let me know what you think about this question and what your responses are, because Maldivians now are reaching out to India. Maldivians are reaching out and they're saying that, this cannot last. And the Maldivian, their polity, their parliamentarians, everybody is in a state of panic. It's in a state of panic. But ladies and gentlemen, a different scenario is unfolding in India. Farooq Abdullah, former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, former Cabinet Minister, a person whose 3 generations have been, in the seat of government, Cabinet Ministers. His father was the Prime Minister of Jammu and Kashmir at one point in time, when Kashmir still had a Prime Minister, Sheikh Abdullah. Now, he says that this entire problem is a Hindu and Muslim issue. This is Farooq Abdullah's analysis. And, when I think about how a man could think like this, and it really upsets me because this man was in charge of Kashmir's destiny for such a long time. The destiny of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. This man and his family, and this is his thought process. So what he's essentially saying here is that the Maldivians are upset with India because there is so much of Hindu-Muslim going on in India. Implying that there is tension between the communities. Both the Hindus and the Muslims don't get along. Maldivians, being a largely Muslim nation, are seeing all this, and then they are saying, hey, Muslims are being targeted in India, and so we don't like Indians. This is Farooq Abdullah's analysis. And this is so wrong. I mean, what more do you want to do for votes? You're never coming back to power, Mr. Abdullah. You're never ever coming back to power. The sooner you realize, the better. You're never coming back to, you're never going to be Chief Minister. You're never going to be Cabinet Minister. Those days are gone. That ship has sailed. That bus has rolled. Now, so Prime Minister Modi visits the Lakshadweeps on 4th of January. Till then, there was no problem between Hindu and Muslim. Right? The Maldivians loved the Indians. Suddenly, Prime Minister Modi goes inside the ocean, he goes snorkeling, he comes out, he tweets, and suddenly the equation between 2 communities is disrupted. This is what Farooq Abdullah is trying to say. All these Indians on social media who are cancelling hotel rooms, these Indians on social media who are cancelling flights, they never got this, this equation was never in our mind. I mean, not that I cancelled any hotel room, I was never going to go to Maldives anyway. But we never had this Hindu and Muslim equation in our mind. If we did have that equation, we would have never gone to Maldives. Everybody knows Maldives is a Muslim country. Everybody knows that. But have we ever pointed this out? Never ever. Has it ever come to our minds? Never ever. But this is what Farooq Abdullah says. And he says that this right here is the whole problem. Maldives is watching. Maldives knows that there is a Hindu-Muslim issue in India, which is why the Maldivians made that comment. He's trying to find his place in the sun. His 15 minutes of fame once more. It's not going to happen, Mr. Abdullah. You're gone. You're the past, your history. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is one point that I'd like to make. Ali Waheed is the director of the National Museum of Maldives, and he says that Maldives, rich in culture, Buddhist, Hindu, and in the 12th and 13th centuries, there were statues of Lord Shiva and Parvati Ma, which were found there, and a certain branch of Buddhism was there, which used to flourish before Islam came to Maldives, and Maldives became totally Muslim, right? But Maldives has a pre-Islamic rich culture. And you know what these guys have done? They've destroyed temples, they've destroyed idols. This is Ali Wahid saying it. Ali Wahid says that these people have started destroying their own past. And you get an idea of a destruction of a civilization or a country when people start to negate their own past. And this is exactly what Maldives is doing. So I don't know what the future holds, ladies and gentlemen. But one thing is for sure, this entire fracas between Maldives and India is not about to go away anytime soon. Yesterday we told you about Taj opening 2 resorts in Lakshadweep. Now more and more companies are coming forward. More companies are coming forward every single day, and more companies are saying that, hey, we want to invest. Yesterday the government of India announced that they're creating another airport. That's all that it requires, and all the government of India needs to do is, today what you have to do is you have to fill an online form, you have to sign that form, you have to get it attested by the police station, then you have to send it to the government of Lakshadweep, they will approve it, and then you will come. It's a very tedious, it's not like I can buy a flight ticket and go to Mumbai right now, or I can buy a flight ticket and land up in Calcutta. Going to Lakshadweep today is a big pain. There are too many bureaucratic hurdles. This hurdle must be removed. Make going to Lakshadweep like going to Mumbai, right? Make sure that there is tidal energy, wind energy, so it's clean. Make sure that the environment is taken care of. Have luxury resorts. Also have mid-sized resorts so everybody can enjoy, not just the super rich. We have the money. India has immense wealth. Anybody in India can easily spend 1 or 2 or 3 billion US dollars and say that, okay, 100 resorts, Andaman, Nicobar, Lakshadweep, no problem. Money is not a problem, vision is not a problem. It is just that we never got around to doing it. But now that we are there, Taj has announced 2 resorts, others will follow. The government has announced the opening of a new modern airport. Very soon you'll see the entire ball rolling, and you'll see very soon, by end of 2026 or early 2027, Lakshadweep will become one of the top destinations of the world. It's just going to happen, nothing can stop it. So ladies and gentlemen, with this I come to the end of the video, and now for question and answers. So the first question is from Sauvik Day. He says, my question is, today the press release, Maldives President Office said that they're giving free trade agreement. They're reviving the free trade agreement with China under BRI initiatives. Shouldn't you think that Government of India should stop providing free aid and all other unconditional support to all our ungrateful neighbors? Same goes with Bangladesh, as well as heavy anti-India sentiment was there. No, I don't think so, Sauvik Day. This is not the way to conduct diplomacy. There are people, okay, you don't punish an entire country because 5 ministers are stupid. You don't punish an entire country. You're saying, pull back everything. What you're telling, if you do that, you're telling the common Maldivian that our relationship with you is transactional. You can't do that in diplomacy. Very, very wrong step. We should continue to help. Make the government is obviously paid by the Chinese. So they are paid stooges of the Chinese, right? But what about the other guys? There is an entire opposition, a very vibrant opposition in Maldives that is saying that, we love India. They are the people who are saying apologize. They are the people saying that India is our 911, the emergency number of America. So they've said it as a way to give an example here. They're giving an example here that India is our 911. India saves us every time we get into a problem. We should not damage our relation with Maldives just because of a few stupid ministers. This government will go after some time. God willing, it will go sooner than some time. Let's hope. We have the second question from Rajendra Jasathi. My apologies, Rajendra ji, if I'm not pronouncing this right. Rajendra Jasathi. Major Gaurav, do you think we Indians are really, we should compete for tourism space with Maldives? Yes, we can, and we need to boost our economy, but the main issue is security. Indian Ocean is filled with ridges, and Maldives, east and south, is the only location where ships can pass through. So if China gets hold of Maldives, which eventually it will, as Maldivians are selfish as Sri Lankans were, they also own 1 billion debt to China. See, I can't say. Crystal gazing is a very difficult pastime, and it's a very inaccurate pastime. So I would not indulge in crystal gazing. All I'm saying is that we are not competing with Maldives for any tourism space. Yeah. We are not competing. Prime Minister Modi never said that let's get into a competition with Maldives. He did not even mention the word Maldives. He didn't take their name. As the Indian Prime Minister, he went to Lakshadweep. He says, welcome to Lakshadweep. That's it. Nothing else. Why should people get offended? I have not understood till now. This is a manufactured conflict. This is a manufactured conflict. As far as the Chinese taking over Maldives is concerned, it's not that simple. Not every country is Pakistan. You know, Maldivians are a proud people. I don't think it's going to be easy for China to just take over a country. That is not possible nowadays. Yes, heavy influence of the Chinese, yes. But then there is going to be heavy influence of the Indians. This is an election. One guy lost, the other guy won. But look at Bangladesh. Look at Bangladesh. What did the Americans want? And what finally happened? Right? A pro-Indian government is in place in Bangladesh. So, you win some, you lose some. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.